Let's talk for a moment about the central nervous system and what I call the back body guard. You know, I'm all about the conscious shift, the conscious OBE, and we're working really diligently right now on recall, on dream recall, on bringing forward the content of each night forward with us when we wake up in preparation for shifting consciously from this field into the additional fields. So one of the things that really comes into play with the conscious shift is the central nervous system. The central nervous system, and again, what I call the back body guard. Because unless you're ready for conscious shifts, unless you're ready to be consciously aware of what's happening in the quote dream fields, you won't be. You won't be aware. You won't get that conscious recollection. So we need to begin to prepare the central nervous system for conscious shifts and conscious experiences. One of the ways that we can do this is to, one, take really good care of the physical body, rethink stimulants and things that tend to make your central nervous system and your energy system just fluctuate into highs and lows. All of this will get in the way. So rethink it. The more we take care of the body, the more healthy the body is, the more healthy the central nervous system is. So take care of the physical construct. We can also dive into the breath. So there's a lot that we can do in controlling our energy and bringing it into right alignment is to breathe and put the breath into certain patterns of breathing to bring about deep states of calm, of relaxation, of rest. And you don't even have to get too complicated with it. You can just bring awareness into the fact that you're breathing and pay attention to the fact that you're breathing for a few breaths. Notice the change that this makes in you. Know that this is your baseline. That feeling that comes about as you're doing this is your baseline, and begin to notice when you've jumped out of it, when you are in a thought construct that is stimulating some drama, some energetic response that is taking your energy into highs and lows. All of this stresses the central nervous system. And this is one large reason that a lot of people really struggle with conscious recollection. So just recalling the dreams from the night, and even when they're able to bring conscious awareness into a state in which they are, quote, out of body, that data just can't quite make it back with them when they come back into physical space. And again, this is your back body guard. Usually it's because something so different occurred in there that to hold the awareness in physical space would cause disruption in your physical system. And so this is the purpose for the back body guard, which itself is the central nervous system. Okay, so if you're struggling with recall, if you're struggling with conscious shifts, if you're struggling with energy sensations as you're practicing to consciously shift, then again, begin taking diligent care of the physical construct. Get good with your breath and breathing. Get out into the sun for a little bit every day. Do something different. Don't stay in comfortable places. Always be doing something that maybe normally you wouldn't. Push your comfort levels. I've been suggesting lately for everyone to jump into cold showers, something that nobody likes to think about. but has an amazing effect. And it's super simple, and it's so exhilarating and actually so fun once you acclimate, and you acclimate in there in the first shower. Um, that it just begins to be somewhat fun. So just do something different. Again, push yourself a little further than you are. Uh, don't give yourself a shove, just a little push into doing something a little different or something new, something that, again, normally you would not do. And begin to explore these territories that are just outside your circumference comfort levels. And this will begin to have an effect. Again, the more fun you have with this, the more intelligent observation you can make when engaged in this type of activity, the better the result. The central nervous system will process this information in a way that is advantageous to you rather than disadvantageous to you. All right, so there's a lot we can do when it truly is, when it genuinely is our desire to have out-of-body experience, to explore additional consciousness space, to explore our own consciousness, to go into the dream fields and be able to shift back into physical space with that data intact, then we just dive in bit by bit by bit. There's always something we can do to help something more come forward every day, every day, every day. And this is a critical part of it all as well. You have to be involved in it every day. It can't be a wishy-washy thing that you do here and there. If you're not bringing back any information from the fields, then bring back that very moment in which you woke. Everything that you can remember, the position that you were laying in, the temperature of the room, your first conscious breath back in physical space. If the birds were out, if it's still nighttime, or if the sun is up, anything. The more you put pen to paper and begin to write, the flow just begins to open. So as you're writing this, you may find that, bits and detail, oh yeah, there was a bird. Just bits and pieces will begin coming through, and you write those down as well. But if you don't go to put pen to paper, as a metaphor, because a lot of times we're typing on the computer, yes? If you don't go to write, if you don't go to put it down, make the log, then the muscle just never gets worked. The muscle never gets worked. So bring something forward with you every day. Write something down in your log every day. Push yourself gently out beyond your cozy zones. Do something different. Do something new. Take care of yourself in ways that are maybe new for you also. Just taking better and better care of the physical body. Diving into your energetic structure. Learning how to breathe and follow the breath in ways that are advantageous to you and that keep your central nervous system in check. All of this will help when you get out into the additional fields, and very new things are beginning to happen. You will be able to handle it. You will be able to navigate the new space. And when your central nervous system, when your back bodyguard has your back, and you are prepared in this way, the information will begin to come through easier and easier and easier. And when it does, from this point, the conscious shift from physical space out into the wider reality becomes a possibility and even probability.